So the next part is the phonetics, which will be represented by me, Hongman. And can you guess what is the most common sound in the English language? Maybe the S or the T. Actually, it's a sound that we call a schwa. In the phonemic pronunciation chart that many English schools use, is represented by the symbol as you can see on the screen. The sound of a schwa is like the in about. The schwa is important in English for two reasons. Firstly, it's the most common sound, so to speak naturally. You need to be able to pronounce it properly. Secondly, it is used in a lot of words where you wouldn't expect it. Just from reading the letters in a word, it's difficult to tell which ones will use the schwa sound. Let's take a look at an example in which all the schwas are in bold. And I have a videos for you to know more about the schwa.
Hi, my name's Sam. Welcome to Oxford Online English. In this lesson, you can learn about the most common sound in English. What is the most common sound in English?
The most common sound in English is called the schwa. Do you know what a schwa sounds like or how to pronounce it? In this class, you'll learn more about the schwa, how to recognize it, and how to pronounce it. The schwa sound is pronounced like this. It's a very short, relaxed sound. Just open your mouth a little, relax everything, and let out a little bit of air.
Let's play a quick game. Look at a sentence I just said. In this lesson, you can learn about the most common sound in English. How many schwa sounds are there in this sentence? Listen once more. In this lesson, you can learn about the most common sound in English. It's somewhere between 0 and 5. Have a guess. Go back and listen once more if you want to. You can see that I use the schwa sound 5 times in just one short sentence.
So, now you know what the schwa is, but why is it so important? It's helpful to know about the schwa sound because recognizing it will improve your listening, and being able to produce the sound will improve your pronunciation. But learning about the schwa can be difficult because speakers of English use schwas in different places, depending on their accent and depending on which words the speaker chooses to stress.
That means that you'll hear different people use schwa sounds differently. I might use a schwa in a word, but another native speaker might not. So you know, I'm from the south of England, and you'll find that most speakers from the south of England use the schwa in a similar way. Let's start by looking at how you can hear and recognise schwa sounds.
Here's the IPA symbol for the schwa sound. It looks like an upside-down E. This will help you to understand how to pronounce words when you see them in a dictionary. For example, understand.
It's helpful to use the schwa symbol when you write down new vocabulary. Write the schwa symbol under the letter or letters where it appears, like this. Understand. That can help you to recognise the schwa in new words. But what if you can't check the dictionary?
Even if you can't check a word in the dictionary, you can still find many schwa sounds in new words. Let's see how. The spelling of a word doesn't help you much if you're trying to work out where the schwa sounds might be. Why is that?
It's because the schwa sounds don't really depend on spelling. Also, schwa sounds can be produced by any vowel letter, A, E, I, O, or U. For example, about, television, medicine, common, minimum.
The schwa can also be produced by 2 or 3 letters together, like this: government, pressure, certain. So, the spelling won't help you to find a schwa, but the stress will. How?
One of the most important things to understand about the schwa is that it only appears in unstressed syllables. Knowing which syllable is stressed in a word can help you to find where the schwa sounds are.
The schwa can appear at the beginning, middle, or end of a word, depending on where the stress is. About, understand, teacher.
You heard before that stress is more useful than spelling if you're looking for the schwa sounds in a word. That's true, but there are some spelling patterns which can help you to find a schwa sound. Let's look.
1. If a word begins with the letter A plus a consonant, the A is often pronounced with a schwa sound. About, across, address. Of course, if the word begins with A and A is stressed, the A will not have a schwa sound. For example, able, actor, artist.
2. In a British accent, word endings such as ER, AR, OR, OUR, or URE are very often pronounced with a schwa sound. Teacher, dollar, visitor, colour, culture. This rule is useful and will work most of the time. However, there are some exceptions, such as guitar, ensure, metaphor, or flower.
3. In words ending ION or IAN, the letters IA or IO always have a schwa sound. Politician, pronunciation, correction, musician, discussion. The same is true for words ending OUS, like dangerous, nervous, or fabulous.
There are other spelling patterns, but these are some of the most useful. Next, let's see how you can recognize schwa sounds in phrases and sentences.
In almost every English sentence you hear, there will be at least one schwa sound, and probably more. Let's look at a sentence you probably use often. How are you? Which words would normally be stressed in this sentence? Say it to yourself. Can you work it out?
In this sentence, the stress is on how and you. The unstressed word in this sentence is are, and it's produced as a schwa sound. Listen and try to hear it. How are you? So, how do you know which words are stressed or unstressed?
The unstressed words in a sentence are usually auxiliary words, articles, and prepositions. Words which carry the meaning of a sentence, nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, are often stressed. Let's look at some examples. Do you like learning English? In this sentence, the stressed words are like, learning, and English, and there are no schwa sounds in those words. The unstressed words are do and you, and they will often be pronounced as schwas. Listen. Do you like learning English?
However, sometimes you might choose to stress different words in a sentence. If you hadn't seen a friend for a long time, you might stress are in this sentence. If you do this, the schwa sound is replaced with a longer vowel. How are you? Look again at the question. Do you like learning English? If you want to make it clear who you're asking the question to, you can stress you, which makes the vowel sound longer. Do you like learning English?
Here's a phrase you might hear a lot in the UK. A cup of tea. The article has a schwa sound. However, if someone brought me 2 cups of tea when I only wanted 1, I might stress a, like this. I said I wanted a cup of tea.
Recognizing the schwa can also help you understand connected speech. Let's see how. A cup of tea. Most English learners would find it easy to understand this phrase when each word is pronounced clearly. However, in natural speech, the phrase might sound more like this. A cup of tea. Here, a cup of becomes a cuppa. So of is reduced to a schwa. A cup of tea. Let's practice together. Repeat the phrases after me. How are you?
How are you?
Do you like learning English?
Do you like learning English?
A cup of tea.
A cup of tea. Being aware of schwas in connected speech can really improve your English listening. You can see that words and sentences are not pronounced as they're written. Learning and practicing schwa sounds can help you to understand this.
Of course, using schwas and connected speech in your English will also help you to sound more fluent and natural. Finally, let's practice pronouncing the schwa in words and sentences.
Look at some words and try to find the schwa sounds. Pause the video, write the words down, and mark the stressed syllables. Then, say the word and see if you can identify the schwa. Write the schwa symbol under the vowel.
Ready? Let's check. Say the words after me. Picture.
Picture. Around.
Around. Smaller.
Smaller. Horror.
Horror. National.
National. Similar.
Similar. Temperature.
Temperature. Celebration.
Celebration. Happiness.
Happiness. America.
America. Next, let's try some phrases. As before, pause the video, write the phrases down, and find the schwa sounds. Okay, let's check. Say the phrases after me. A slice of cake.
A slice of cake.
A cat and a dog.
A cat and a dog.
An apple and a banana.
An apple and a banana. Next, let's do some full sentences. Again, pause the video, write the sentences down, and find the schwa sounds.
Ready? Now let's check. Repeat after me. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
What's your favourite film?
What's your favourite film?
What time do you get up?
What time do you get up?
That's the end of this lesson. I hope you learned something new about how to recognise and produce the schwa sounds in English. You can find many more free English lessons on oxfordonlineenglish.com.
Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
That's the end of the videos, and now I'm going to review through all the things that you have learned from the videos. The schwa occurs in two different circumstances. The first one is in an unstressed syllable of a multi-syllable word, and the second circumstance is as a reduced vowel sound in a function word. Schwa in an unstressed syllable. The spelling of schwa. Every multi-syllable word has a single stressed syllable. The single stressed syllable of the word has the most emphasis. The remainder of the syllables may have a secondary stress or may be unstressed. As you can see, the example emphasize has all the levels of stress. The first syllable is stressed, the second syllable is an unstressed syllable pronounced as a schwa, and the third syllable has a secondary stress. And now let's listen to the IPA.
Emphasize.
The next part is the spelling of schwa. There are some spelling patterns which can help you to find the schwa. The A spelling, for example, again, vitamin. The E spelling, such as petition, celebrate. The I spelling, for example, president, experiment. The O spelling, such as occur, condition. And the U spelling, for example, campus, support. And schwa can also be produced by 2 or 3 letters in a word. For example, government or pressure. And this is some other patterns for you to recognize the schwa. The first one is if a word begins with the letter A plus a consonant, the A is often pronounced as a schwa. For example, about, across. Or the vowel go with the R. There's also the schwa at the end of the word. For example, word endings such as ER, AR, OR, OUR, or URE. For example, teacher, dollars. Any words ending with ION or IAN, the letters IA or IO always have a schwa sound. For example, politician or pronunciation. And the fourth one is inner words ending with OUS. The OU is also pronounced as a schwa. For instance, dangerous or nervous. And here are the second circumstances that I have mentioned before. The schwa in function words. In this can citation form and a reduced form to the schwa is can, do, to, you. And for example, in the sentence is, if you pronounce it correctly as the IPA, it will be pronounced as what do you like? But when you speak it fast, it will sound like what do you like? And here are some notes that we don't pronounce the schwa. In some word endings containing the sounds M, N, L before R, schwa can also be omitted, such as fathom, passion, little, camera. And here are the linking schwa with R. When a word ends in a schwa sound and the following word begins with any vowel sound, most speakers will join the words with R. For example, in the word mother, the second syllable is a schwa, and in the word and, it is also a schwa, so we will link the word mother and son and pronounce it like mother and son. This also applies to further away, and this will even occur when there are no R in spelling. For example, banana and apple or Anna Edwards. And here are some words for you to recognize the schwa. And as you can see, as you can have watched from the videos, they have taught you how to recognize the schwa in the words. And let's move on to the harder exercise. The next exercise, exercise 2, please. In this exercise, you have to recognize the schwa in the sentence. And for the sentence A, there are 3 schwas in the sentence. The first one appears in the second syllable of people. The second one appears in the word and the third one appears in the word as. So the whole sentence will pronounce like some people don't see a card as money. For the second sentence, sentence B, there are 5 schwa in the sentence. The first one is in the word the second one is in the word of. The third one is in the word second syllables of the word luscious, and the fourth one is also in the word the, and the fifth one in the second syllables of the word towel. And the whole sentence will be pronounced like it's the name of the luscious bell in the towel. And let's skip the sentence. You will practice this at home, okay? So let's move on to reading part, which will be represented by Manan.